Creating a startup is hard. Because of that, I've decided to invite brave entrepreneurs to share their amazing experiences with me every Saturday here on my YouTube channel. My guest today is Anthony Ogunor and his startup Foodajo. Hey Anthony, thank you for joining us. Hey Anthony, can you hear us?
Hi.
Hey, we are live. Are you ready?
Great, great. Hi, Rodrigo.
Can you
Good
hear
afternoon.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
There we go.
I can.
So let's do this.
Okay.
I will ask you to give us a little introduction about yourself. Where you are located, what is your background, you know, and then we'll move forward. I'll just ask you, please do not disclose too much about your startup right now. We'll do that in a few seconds. Is that okay? There you
Great,
go.
great, great. Okay, hi, yeah. Good day, everyone. I feel very glad to be here. My name is Anthony Ogunor. I'm from Nigeria, Abuja, precisely, the Federal Capital Territory. So, well, I'm a lawyer by training. So I practiced law for a few years here in Nigeria, Lagos and Abuja precisely, before I delved into tech. So basically, that's just a brief intro about
All
me.
right, that's exciting.
Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. I can hear you. That's exciting, and I'm actually looking forward to learn more about, yourself, about your startup. And so, as I promised, and as I asked you not to disclose too much about Foodajo, is that how you say Foodajo?
We call it food ajo.
Foodajo,
Food ajo.
Foodajo,
Yes, food ajo.
Foodajo. All right.
Well, it's my yeah, it might be difficult to pronounce, but uh, food, of course, is
Yeah,
English. But the word ajo is Yoruba. It's from the Yoruba language.
Yuba
Yoruba
language.
language, the west
Yuba language.
southwestern part
Uh,
of
uh.
Nigeria. So that's where the word ajo comes from. So it is ajo. So it is pronouncing together now with the food is food ajo.
And well, what ajo means? Let's talk about it. What ajo means?
You can call it convenience for you. Fine.
I'm not sure if I got it. What ajo means in Yuba language?
Can you please come again? I didn't get
You
that.
mentioned that food is English, of course, and ajo is part
Yeah.
of Yuba language. What ajo
Yes.
means? What is the meaning?
Uh, it's like treats, like daily contribution. I mean, where it's local daily savings. Local daily savings, not bank. You don't save in
Uh-huh.
bank. It's like a cooperative. A group of individuals come together and then they save money together for the benefit of the whole group. So, or you save money daily, and then at the end of a particular period, you get your money back.
Oh,
So you save up money, yes, you save up little amount of money daily. There's specific amount you save daily, and then at the end of a
mm-hmm.
period, maybe a month or at the end of a year, you get all your savings back. So it is not bank; it is localized. It's individuals that do that. So it's not an
Uh-huh.
institution
Uh-huh.
that
Uh-huh.
does. So it's just individual or group of individual will come together to do that for people.
All right.
So they help people to save money daily, and then at the end of a particular period, they give it back to them.
That's interesting. I'm trying to remember the word here. My official language, my first language is Portuguese, and we have a word called cooperativa, and in English is actually almost the same. I just checked it. It's cooperative. Does
Okay, I
that
see.
sound? Is that more or less like? Do you think?
Look, I'm, I'm trying to look for that word in English.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
the word that I'm thinking here is cooperative. So I'm not sure if that means something to you. That sounds like what what you are saying. I think we lost him. All right, let's see if we can get him back as soon as possible here so we can continue this conversation. Hey, are you there?
yes, yes. I mean, I just go back to you now. It went off, so I don't know. You went off, rather.
Yeah, same here. I lost you for a few seconds.
Okay.
All right, so let's get into the flow here. If I understand Foodajo correctly, can you hear me? Are you still there?
Hear you. I can hear you.
All right. If I understand Foodajo
Wow.
correctly, so that's exactly what you mentioned, right? So it's a mobile app where people can do little investments every day, and by the end of the month, they can get like food, a grocery for a better price than if they would go to a grocery store. And that's through this kind of cooperative where they kind of collect this money in a group of people. Is am I too far from your product?
No, 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 no. You are eating it. You are eating it. You are correct.
All right. So let me,
Yes.
while I would like to hear more about Foodajo, and
Okay.
as you describe it, I have it on the screen right now, and people can actually see how it works more or less. You know, the video you shared with me, so people are also watching it right now. Um, so it's like the mobile app is already available. It's a concept. What is the stage of Foodajo?
Well, we are in precede the precede stage.
Oh, so you already had an investment, or you are looking for an investment?
Yeah, we are expecting investment in the coming weeks. Precede.
Oh, that's awesome. So you have something already kind of ready to go?
Yeah, yeah. We have slated interviews with some VCs.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so in the coming weeks, we hope that we'll be able to get the first the Precede funding in the coming weeks. So we have a few interviews coming up, a few meetings and interviews with some venture capitalists.
Uh-huh.
So we, yeah, so we are currently we're trying to raise the Precede funding
All right. And
because we have been
uh-huh.
bootstrapping and we have gotten to our
Uh-huh.
limits, like so we just hope that the Precede investment will come in the nearest future.
Well, so that's exciting because we just saw your video on the screen, and it seems like your app is already available. It's so people are already using it.
Yes, yes. We have currently we have close to 200 users on the mobile app, and we have more than 70 subscribers.
7770.
And not
Uh-huh.
using the app, who are
Uh-huh.
not using the app, yes, who are manually, they don't have an Android phone to use the app. So we do it manually. So in all, I would say we have about 270 customers right now.
All right. Oh, that's exciting. That's actually I'm surprised. So how long have you been working on Foodajo?
Well, we started working on Foodajo beginning of this year. That was January. But then we officially launched the app, the digital platform, on the 21st of February. Sorry, 21st of March.
Oh,
So,
so it's been
but
less than a little over a month.
yes, that was when we launched the app. But the company, Foodajo Limited, came into being in February, the second month of this year.
All right. Oh, that's quick. You built
Yes.
the app in 2 months?
Yeah, we've been building the app. We started building, yes, in about 3 months, not up to
Uh-huh.
3 months. Yes, my technical co-founder started building the app from January, I think. Yeah, started building the app from
Uh-huh.
January. You know.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's amazing. So let me get back a little bit so we get organized here. You mentioned you are a lawyer, right?
Yes.
And then you decided to not to work as a lawyer. I mean, at Food Agile, you can be a lawyer as well at some sort, but you're not really working, you understand better than me. Like, you're not really working as a lawyer. You are a founder, like an entrepreneur right now. So you are probably dealing with administrative tasks, you are dealing with customer sales, technical. Well, talk a little bit about this transition.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anyway, so well, you see, I have been enterprise inclined even before I became a lawyer. So I do businesses. I do a lot of trading,
Uh-huh.
on commodities,
Uh-huh.
especially consumables, especially food.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, before I finally resigned my my legal practice in 2014,
Mm.
I I wanted to do something related to this anyway. So, but I mean, it was just it wasn't a tech. I wasn't coming in a tech way. I wanted to do home delivery of fresh
Uh-huh.
foodstuffs. So, and that was the initial stage when I wanted to resign. Before I just left a law firm I changed location from Lagos. I was practicing in Lagos, so I moved from Lagos to Abuja.
Mm.
So I continued in my legal practice in Abuja. So, well, at some point, I felt that my passion has always been to help people out, especially in the area of food. I love food enterprise. I love things that have to do with food, and I just wanted to help, because I do not want to see people hungry. I just don't want to see people hungry. So I found myself in executive councils of different communities that I have lived,
Mm-hmm.
and somewhat I also found myself in some leadership position or the other in those communities. As a result, I try to implement uh, programs that would help the people, that will help residents, that will help members of the community.
Mm-hmm.
So the last I did was that the aftermath of COVID-19 outbreak was that a lot of people could not afford to feed themselves
Mm-hmm.
anymore in my
Mm-hmm.
community. So we have a lot of people, begging for food. So I was the secretary of the community of the executive council. I called the chairman and I told him that, look, something has to be done about this
Mm-hmm.
thing. People hungry, let's do something. Let's have a kind of program where they can contribute the little amounts they get from the little amount they get from their wages, where from the works that they do daily, let them contribute little amount, and we could give them foodstuffs that will last for almost a year. So, and fortunately for me, the chairman bought the idea, and I swung into action. And it was the success of that program that bettered Foodajo. A lot of, this is so good. In fact, a lot of people were looking for. A lot of people do not know me personally. They only heard my name. That it was Tony that coordinated this program. Who is that boy? Who is the guy? So a lot of people started looking for me and say, are you Tony? Are you the one that coordinated? Please, can you repeat this program and all that? So I said, okay, it makes sense. I think this should grow into a startup to more people, to expand to more communities, and to expand all over the country. Because it is that 80% of the Nigerian population, right? They are average. They are either average or lower class. And both the average and lower class right now, because of the economic downturns in the country, they spend all their income on food alone.
Wow.
Yes. So they can't save money for any other thing. And so we felt that, okay, I think this startup was going to help out here. We are going to help people to procure this food lower than retail market price, so that they can save more money. Save more money to use for other things, while they try to get better living wages, So that's just the whole thing. That was a transition from legal practice to startup.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm actually amazed here, and I can't. It's because I'm in the US, although I'm from Brazil originally. So there are differences. I see, like here in the US, the situation is much more comfortable overall. Although there is still some poverty, you see people, struggling. In Brazil, it's kind of worse than here. I'm from São Paulo state, and overall, the state, there are some difficulties as well, some poor areas, but the state overall is rich. I mean, the state itself, not people. And when you say that 80% of the population is actually in the poverty area in Nigeria, it's shocking, because actually we usually don't have access to information from Africa, right? That's something we don't see on the news every day. So it's good for us to have someone like you sharing this, because we are not talking about Mars exploration or doing things like that. We are talking about feeding people, and that's the basic need. That's something that must be taken care, and you are working on that. I can't say enough, how happy I am to having you here, sharing this with us, and hopefully this message will get through, and more people will notice it. And if you allow me to change a little bit the subject, you mentioned that you are dealing with some VC for seed rounds right now. Are they from Africa? Are they from other countries? Who are the people who are looking to Africa right now?
No, they're actually they are based in Nigeria anyway. So they provide Precede Funding for African startups. So not just startups. So African startups as well. So, but they are based in Nigeria anyway. So I think somewhat they have they have partners across the world, including YC.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, including Y
Oh,
Combinator.
yeah.
So they have, because Nigeria has some quite good startups right now. Like one of them has reached unicorn status. I think two of them anyway. Um, Flutterwave
What is that?
and Flutterwave is a payment
Uh,
platform. It was valued at a few months ago. It was valued at $3 billion.
I see, and I see there's a lot of potential there, right? I think we lost Tony a little bit. Tony, are you there? Let's see if we can get him back. Hello,
Uh,
are you there?
yes, Rodrigo. Okay, so sorry,
No
sorry
problem.
for that.
No problem.
So the company is valued at $3 billion right now.
Wow.
So yeah, we also have Paystack. Paystack was acquired by Stripe
Mm.
sometimes last year. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Paystack, it was acquired by Stripe.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like it's also a payment platform. It's a fintech.
Yeah.
So we have a number of them in Nigeria doing quite well, and um, this particular VC, I've got one investment or the other in most of them. So they help in actually pushing these startups to enable positions and accelerate their growth as well. So I won't mention the name of the VC right now.
No problem. It actually brings another question. How is the education level in Nigeria? Because that's something I'm asking it because that's something that I'm I have like a strong opinion is that education changes a country. You know, even in my head, it's like it comes like education will get people better employment, will get people better health just because they will be aware, uh, more aware of things. Will become a community less violent. Some things are really connected, and I think education is on top of the list. I see you are a lawyer, but at the same time, I see that people are really poor in Nigeria. How is the education level there? Like access to education, kids go to school, they don't go. What is the situation right now?
Well, I would say the access to education in Nigeria I would say, it's on the average level. I can't lay my hands on the exact statistics right
Mm-hmm.
now, but I would say it's on the average level, right? But you see, region to region, it's quite different region to region. Some regions in Nigeria are higher than the other. I think the one with the lowest, um, with the region with the highest out of school children in Nigeria should be, I think, is the north, the northern part of the country. So the west, the south, the east has um, better numbers in school
Mm-hmm.
than the north.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the education. If you are talking about access to education here, it's just on the average level, right? It's on the average level. Democracy somewhat helped
Mm-hmm.
since we have go back to democratic system of government in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
There have been better education anyway. That's access to education.
Mm-hmm.
So I myself, I'm a product of. I was a beneficiary of free education in the
Mm-hmm.
southwest. So I would just say it's just on the average level. We still have quite a number of children that are out of
Mm-hmm.
school, which doesn't speak well for country. it's not commensurate. It doesn't. The fact that we have so many children out of school, I mean, shows the poor level of leadership. So but we're not projecting the bad leadership of Nigeria anyway. What the good thing about Nigeria is that Nigeria is made up of a lot of resourceful people. Very intelligent, resourceful people.
I'm sure.
Yes, we do well all over the world, in Africa, So we just not gotten our leadership right. That's just the only problem. But talking about the people of Nigeria, people of Nigeria are great people, So when you have more children in school, wow, the world will be amazed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The talent in Nigeria.
Agree.
So basically.
All right. So we have learned a lot about Nigeria. Thanks for sharing. Let's go back to Foodajo. You mentioned you have 200 users on the mobile app, right? Did I get the number correct?
Yeah, about 200 users on the mobile app.
And 200 people are kind of returning often. They are really using it constantly.
Yes.
How did you get? You mentioned something like people actually started talking with you, and then you noticed that that was an opportunity for a startup. So the startup started with customers, pretty much, if I understand it correctly. All right, I think we lost him again. Connection, United States to Nigeria, it's far away, so we're gotta deal with it a little bit. Let's see if he comes back in a few seconds. Well, while we wait for him, it's like, we definitely need more knowledge on Africa overall, because there is so much knowledge, so much culture, so much everything there, and everybody needs to look there more careful, for good resources other than gold and diamonds. And there is gold on people, there are diamonds on people there. You don't need to keep digging to extract value from those people. And I say that because that's the same in Brazil. That's exactly what I expect. Stop digging, start valuing people and valuing knowledge as they are. Let's see if we get Tony back. Hey, Tony. Yeah, the communication is very choppy today. That's a shame because the conversation is awesome. I'm learning so much with him, and I have so many questions. I hope he will be back with us. Let me, Tony. Yeah, I think we lost him completely now. So yeah, let's wait a little bit and see if he will be joining us in a few seconds. I'm trying to reconnect with Tony. Just a little patience. If you're watching this video later, just keep it. Just move forward. We'll be back in a few seconds. You have 200 users that you actually acquired through the process before the startup actually was launched. And now you mentioned you have another 70 subscribers that do not have Android device to use your service. How did you get all those users? Like, is this all through the community? It's like the word of mouth, people talk about it?
Okay, so I'll first correct this statement. It's not it's not 200 users before the startup.
Mm.
You know, yeah, it's not 200 users because it was. I mean, currently on since the mobile app was launched on the 21st of March, we currently have close to 200, about 190 something, 190 plus users on the mobile app. Then we have 70 subscribers that are not using the mobile app. There are 70 customers that are not using the mobile app. So I would say that everyone, because what I did last year was not a business. It wasn't a startup. It was just purely community program at helping the people. So the users, all users, I would say all the users, our customers now, they came came on board early this year. So from when from January, we start having people registering to be part of the program early in the year. That's from January to February. But then I would say that all customers became active from the moment the mobile app was launched. So all customers, both digital, the ones that are using a digital platform and the ones that are not using a digital platform, all of them came on board from the 21st of March. They became official users from the 21st of March. Okay, so about how we got them. Well, to be sincere with you, it's purely word of mouth. Not just me, but my co-founder as well. So it's purely word of mouth. My community, and so one of the reasons why we need the Precede Funding in earnest is to be able to scale up, to be able to actually do a lot of adverts, including digital adverts, so that we can get a lot of users on board. So because even from the word of mouth, out of every 10 people spoken to, 9 people agrees to join us. 9 people buy the idea and actively take a step to subscribe. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that is how you know how attractive the program is. So just by word of mouth, every 9 people spoken to, every 10 people spoken to, 9 of them say yes.
Of course, because that's actually you are really solving a problem, right? You're not trying to sell something random. It's like a real problem that people have and need to be solved. And I understand the level of success. So it's over 90% acquisition rate, which is fantastic. At the same time, it's a little sad because that means that people really struggle to get food, right? So that's a reality. unfortunately, and it needs to be solved. And you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And
Thank you very
I
much.
understand the users that have the cell phone available, they can use the app. The others, how do they have access to Foodajo? You mentioned they have no cell
Okay.
phone or no Android.
Yeah, we have currently. I act as a field agent, and my co-founder also acts as a field agent. So with field agents, we register people that are not digitized, that do not have a mobile app. I mean, that don't have a phone that can use the mobile app. So what we do is that we they contribute manually. We collect money from them manually, but we maintain an account for them on our platform, on our digital platform. So a field manager or a field revenue collector manages accounts of all people that are not digitized
Mm-hmm.
under him or her. So as he's collecting money manually from
Mm-hmm.
them, he's going to register it on the digital platform.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we manage the undigitized people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
attending startup school, we learn one of the main things they say. It's like at the beginning you must do things that don't scale, and that's actually like a perfect example, right? It's like
Yes.
someone is moving like in person, collecting money and doing the registration manually for those people that have no access to a digital platform. So that's amazing. That's absolutely outstanding. And why did you guys started with Android? I presume it's because it's more popular in Nigeria, right?
Yes. 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 It is. It is more popular in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
We, yeah, because it's kind of it's very easy to use anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So um, it's very easy to use. People can access where you can, because the whole idea is to be able to. The whole idea of using the mobile app is to be able to make payments
Mm-hmm.
into your
Mm-hmm.
account any day, any
Mm-hmm.
time, any moment. So with the mobile app, you can be anywhere in the country, and in fact, uh, with the mobile app, Nigerians abroad or people abroad pay. They have accounts with us where they help their food. So the mobile app makes it very easy to use and to pay
Mm-hmm.
anytime, any day, any moment. So basically, it's more, and like you said, it's more popular in Nigeria.
All right. And talking in technical terms, I know you are not the technical founder, but you know how
Yeah,
the app was developed? Was it developed in native Android environment or you used some other platform to build it?
okay. So I can't, I won't be able to answer that appropriately, but we are trying to, we are also ready to launch on the Apple
Mm-hmm.
Store. Yeah, but unfortunately they don't accept cards from
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria. So yeah, so we're still trying to work ways. We're trying to get um, somebody in probably the US or in the
Mm-hmm.
UK where the cards are acceptable so that we can easily get on board the App Store. So that was the only impediment to the App Store.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the platform that my co-founder used should be something that is compatible with both Android and Apple and iStore.
All right. And you gave me a website, a URL to your website. that is not working. I try to click on it.
Okay, no, yeah, I'm going to reopen because we're trying to work on the
Mhm.
website. Right now, it's just for
Mhm.
information. So like you can't do anything on the website except you want to read more about what we do, or and probably the privacy
All right.
tags. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the only thing. So we're trying to work on the other segments of the website. That's why it's currently unavailable.
All right.
Yeah.
The reason I brought up,
But you can get information on our products on all the other on the social
yeah,
media
I
handles
found it.
on LinkedIn, Facebook, and
Yeah,
Instagram, Twitter too.
in fact,
Yeah.
the address to all your platforms are in the description of this video, so people will be able to find it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And the reason I brought up the website is that are you guys planning to integrate your app on the website so people eventually can use it from any computer or any cell phone, regardless of iOS, Android, new or old, whatever?
Yes, we are trying to. Yeah, we're trying to develop the web app.
Mm-hmm.
The web app. So we want people to be able to sign up to from the web app,
Mm-hmm.
not just the mobile
Mm-hmm.
phone. So we're trying to integrate not the website. We are building a new a web
Mm-hmm.
app where so both the web app, the mobile app can be integrated into the web app,
Mm-hmm.
so people can also register or sign up on the web app
All right.
so that use on the computer or whatever.
Yeah. So let me share a tool that I found out about recently. It's super powerful. It's amazing. It makes it super easy to develop like a platform online, like database, payments, all integrated. It's called Bubble.io.
Yeah,
Um,
and I know
yeah,
Bubble.
so the reason I'm mentioning is that I was talking to another founder here a few weeks ago, and he mentioned he was using Bubble, and then I was just curious, and I kind of went check, and it's fantastic. It's amazing. Makes it super easy. So that may be a good way for you to launch something really quick, like on the web platform, even before you design like a more sophisticated web platform or whatever. So just sharing.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't know if my co-founder eventually joined us or probably watching, following us on
Mhm.
YouTube. But um, but I'm going to pass that information to him because right now I do a lot of talking to
Mhm.
users. So I move from place to place. Like I'm going to into another community next
Mhm.
week. So now that we do not that the funding that we need to scale up hasn't come,
Mhm.
so I have to do my bits. We have to do our bits in um, onboarding people, getting people on
Mhm.
board, because we have quite some even exciting and interesting products coming up on the app.
Mhm.
You know, so for different classes of people.
Mhm.
Interestingly, this program is also going to benefit even those in the upper
Mhm.
class of the Nigerian society.
Mhm.
So eventually we are going to be delivering food products to even those in the upper class of the society,
Mhm.
of the Nigerian
Mhm.
society. So um, so I'm going to relate the information to him while I continue to talk to
Mhm.
users, and he's going to figure that out.
Yeah, but regardless, I see you made, um, fantastic improvement, and you did quite a lot in a few months. So it's fantastic. Congratulations, you guys are doing a great job. And you mentioned you are
Thank you.
bootstrapping so far, and you need investment. What costs do you have? I mean, I don't mean the numbers. I mean like You are paying employees, you are paying for systems, for tools. What are you investing? Where are you spending money right now? So maybe investors who are eventually watching us, they can relate and they can understand it.
Yeah. No, we spend money on. You mean what we've spent money on what we are going to, or what we are going to spend money on? Do you mean? Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I said, do you mean what we have spent money on, or what we are going to spend money on?
Oh, you mean I'm actually talking about the present moment.
Okay, what we are spending money on? Okay, yeah. So we're spending money on both developing the
Uh-huh.
products, digital
Mm-hmm.
tools. We're spending money on digital marketing as
Uh-huh.
well. Um, so we're spending money in acquiring the products itself and storage of the product. We try to also spend money on acquiring this where
Mm-hmm.
we are going to start. But we buy our products. We buy it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
We buy it months before delivery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we store them. What it means is that we store them in the warehouse. So we're spending money on both the warehouse, acquiring products, digital marketing, that's marketing as a whole,
Uh-huh.
um, also digital tools, you know,
All right. So
basically,
you mentioned
you know.
you are doing some digital marketing. So you are
Yeah,
advertising like on social networks like Facebook and Google. What can you are you already advertising it? Like paying for this kind of service?
yeah, we're trying to pay for all of
Uh,
that. We're trying, we've studied it, and we're also trying to employ
uh,
anyway. We're also trying to employ a digital marketer, a content
uh,
creator, and a digital
uh,
marketer. You know, so yes, so we are also yes we are. I forgot to add. We are spending money on. We are trying to recruit to bring in strategic staff.
mhm.
So paying our staff anyway. So those are the things.
And do you think it's being worth it? Like the investment is returning in customers, like the
Yeah, it's been absolutely worth it,
uh,
man. And so what keeps us going is the limitless opportunities that we have ahead that is staring us in the face.
mhm,
So it's totally worth it. In fact, we can see glimpse of the future right now. You know,
mhm,
we even see ourselves expanding to West African countries and other African
mhm,
countries, you know, in a matter of 3 years. Next year, we see God helping us getting even the Precede Funding. We are going to, we hope that by the end of next year, we'll be 2 million subscribers, you know, and in 3 years, we are talking about expansion into other African countries. In 2 years from now to next year, we are covering the whole of Nigeria, the whole country, So it's worth it. It's more than worth
mhm.
it. Yeah, it's more than worth it. So we are excited about what is to come.
Oh,
We're excited about the opportunities. We are excited about in the lives that this will touch. So we are so excited about. So so it's worth it. It's more than worth it. If I have to say, if I have to say the least, it's more than
I'm
worth it.
sure it is. And you mentioned you are managing warehouses, storage. That's a lot to manage, huh? like organization, warehouses, maintenance, product, logistics, and everything.
Yeah.
And that's only you and your co-founder? Only two of you are?
No, we do. No, it's uh, you mean managing it?
Say it again, please.
Can you come again with the question? Do you mean am I the only one managing those things?
No, my question is like you mentioned you guys have warehouses, right? You mentioned you spend money on warehouses like storage for food because you
We
buy.
are acquiring. We are trying to acquire warehouses right now. So those are the things we spend money for to go about inspecting some properties. You know, so we spend money inspecting properties that will be used for our warehouse, doing a lot of investigations around the country, trying to pick the best locations for um, placing our warehouses all over the country. So it's something it's continuous kind of until we have properly acquired. In the process of acquiring properties in Nigeria, it's even you spend money in the process of acquiring properties. You go for investigations and all that. So those are the things. So we have not yet acquired one, but we are in the process of acquiring one. And being in the process of acquiring one, we also spend
I
money.
see. Well, and you are really planning to manage it yourself, or you are hiring a third-party company to do it?
We are not going to hire for now. I don't think we are not hiring third parties, but we are hiring staff that manages this. For example, we have a logistics manager already. So we are hiring strategic staffs to take care of all this. But as time goes on, if there's anything that's a third party will have to do for us, then we'll bring a third party in. But for now, we can manage it. We can manage it. We already have the plan on how the management of the warehouses is going to be. So basically.
All right. So
yeah.
You have shared a lot on this conversation. Do you have a specific mission statement to like help people to get away from hunger? Is there like a specific mission you have in mind? If you were to write a mission on the walls of an office that you will eventually have, what would be a mission? Did you ever think about it?
Yeah, sure. So, well, I'll say first of all that our vision, before the mission, our vision is the number one food tech startup in Africa. That's our vision, right? So our mission is eradication. We are going with one of the sustainable development goals, SDGs, which is driving away hunger. We are driving away hunger. Because you do not earn much doesn't mean that you will not have food to eat. You should have food to eat.
That's a must.
Yeah,
that's a must.
When you give a man food, there is a balance. When I was growing up, I don't know if it still exists. When you give a man food, you have solved 99% of the man's problem. So that's our mantra. We are eradicating hunger. We are driving away hunger.
All right. That's important. That's a great job you guys are doing. And there is like this entire concept of driving away the anger and the hunger. Is there something special that wakes you up at night or pumps you up during the day, like a specific point of the out of the entire idea that really gets you going, that really pumps you up?
You mean the one that gives me sleepless nights? Is it like a problem
Yeah,
or excitement?
I'm talking like when you talk about the problems you are solving and the product you are creating. Is there any specific idea that actually pumps you up during the day? You are like, when you think about it, you get a lot of energy and say, yeah, I'll do it. I'll keep going. Is there like one specific thing, like a most important one?
uh, I'm not sure there's one specific one, but the truth is the fact that um, this is going to help people to get foodstuff lower, cheaper than retail market price.
Mhm.
You know, just um, we don't want to back down.
Mhm.
We must achieve that goal to get people food stuff lower than retail market price. We it keeps us going. Well, that's not the only thing. The fact that the acceptability, the wide acceptability of the idea of the platform, it just gives us so much hope, and we just don't want to back down. We want to the fact that a lot of people talk about it in the places where it has been known. The fact that it excites a lot of people also excites us. So it's infectious. People are happy and we're happy. And we just want to continue to make people happy. We want people to be happy about Foodajo. We want Foodajo to be the best thing that will ever come out, the best startup that will ever come out of this country in terms of lives that have been affected positively. So it's more than profits, right? We are going to make profits, but people before profits. And it just keeps us going every now and then. And the market is so the market is large. The market is huge. Even going down to town to the addressable markets, total addressable markets. I mean, it's large and it makes a lot of sense. And so anyhow, profits is coming and profit is going to be huge. So we are excited about a lot of things. There's so many things that I can't say this one especially makes us happy. No, we're excited about a lot of things. My co-founder would talk about so many things that it's always like anytime he's talking about Foodajo, he's always smiling, he's excited, and out of this excitement, a lot of ideas are coming. As I'm talking to you, we have about 7 products that are yet to be implemented in Foodajo. So the moment we have our Precede Funding, a lot of products will come in. Before the end of the year, a lot of products are coming up, and a lot of companies are already interested in. But we still have to put in place some things. So a lot of this is looking. It's really looking like a company that would have so many collaborations and partnerships. So a lot of things. There are a lot of things to be excited about. So
but yeah, I liked it. What I took out, of course, the most important thing is like overall people before profit. It's amazing. Yeah, that's definitely a good reason to keep working. That's important, especially when we are talking about feeding people. But I cannot notice that eventually some grocery shopping owners will be concerned about Foodajo. Is that something you've been thinking about? Like the traditional grocery shopping owners, they will feel like people are buying less from them because of course they have Foodajo available. Have you thought about it?
well, we thought about it at some point, but you see, the market is actually very large. It's very, very huge. You know, um, we we just want to have at least 5% of the market share. It's quite large. A lot of people still want instant shopping. Some people still want instant shopping. Some people still want. I just go to the market. I just pick my stuff and pay for it. I don't want to start paying in piecemeal or something. So um, the market is quite rich and large for everyone to participate. And since you still have people that want to go, so I don't think we, in any way, going to be a serious problem for them. So the market is quite large. Taking 5% market share is at least 5% market share is not too much. But the truth is that over 40% of the Nigerian population, are in the lower class. So as a result of that, the question is, how many people do go out for shopping on groceries? So you still have them; they will still go. Because right now, what people are even mostly shopping on is on Foodajo is even food stuff per se. So we're trying to package the groceries to come in the product. This part of the product I told you that we are bringing up soon. So basically, the market is quite large and huge for everyone to participate in. So, but by God's grace, at the end of 2023, we are projecting that we are working towards. By the end of 2024, we are working towards acquiring 5% of the market share of the food and grocery market.
There we go.
So
that's amazing. Well, let me ask you: when you started building Foodajo, you had one expectation, and then eventually you face the reality that may be a little different. Do you have any good example of like things you imagined to be this way and turned out to be completely the opposite? On the process of building, acquiring users, organizational, anything that we can call like it was my expectations and the reality were actually opposite. The opposite are very different. Do you have any example of that? Anything that you experienced?
Well, I can't really pinpoint anything as such right now. But what I do know is there is a big picture in the beginning. And then when we started working on it, a lot more ideas started coming in about building product market fit. How do you call it? Yeah, making it market fit, making our product market fit. So a lot of ideas come in. We listen to people. People make some suggestion as to how they want it, the type of product they want, and all that, you know. So that's the only thing that's really happened. So we are still within the big picture. The only thing that happened as time goes on was that a lot of ideas started coming in. Was I thinking, was I having a lot of branches, you know? But the big picture is still there. The big picture is still there, you know. So basically, I would say that's what it is. So there was no really opposite stuff. It was how, yeah, we are still, the big picture is still there. We have a very big picture, and it's still there. You know.
That's good. That's good. Well, let's try to do an exercise now. If well, you probably deal with this kind of people all the time. I'm a very simple person who has no access to cell phone, eventually have no access to internet. So let's say I'm your old uncle that has no access to internet or to computer or to cell phone. How would you explain Foodajo to me in very simple terms?
Okay. Okay. Now let me talk to you as I'm talking to my old uncle. Okay, so sir, right now you know that, I mean, it's no longer news that prices of food products in the markets are just too high, Between December 2021 and now, there has been about 80% increase in the price of food products and groceries in the markets. So, Uncle, we want you to still to be able to access this so that the prices won't just make it unaffordable for you anymore. You could start little amount of money that you could have wasted on things like on some things that are not essential, since food is the most essential thing to you, for everyone. So you can save up with us, contribute this little amount. You can pay any day, any time, and at the end of the period the period you choose, whether it's at the end of 3 months, at the end of a month, or at the end of 6 months, or at the end of a year, you know, we give you products that you have already chosen, that you have already put in your basket, or the food product that you want. So we are going to supply to you lower than retail market price, so that you can still save some more money to do some other things. So that way, you know, you escape inflation that has to do with inflation, that has to do with food stuff. You also escape high prices of food stuff in the market. So you'll be able to get this food stuff at low prices. So
it's awesome. It works. I'll go for that. That's amazing. Well, thank you very much for sharing. We have crossed like over 1 hour conversation.
Yes, I have.
I know. Right, is there any topic we have not discussed that you'd like to mention or to talk about really quick?
Oh, not really, because I have my mind on another meeting right now.
No problem.
I really can.
Can I ask you one last question, just to wrap up? What we met on Startup School, right? That's how you find me, and that's why we are talking today. Why Combinator Startup School to you?
Oh, why Combinator Startup School is a training ground for all would-be startup owners. It's a training ground. That's the phrase, you know. So you get almost everything that you need to get your startup going, right? So you get lectures on important topics, important areas in startup building and in product building as well. You get really, really, really important information on, and of course, you learn from more experienced startup owners. You learn from other startup owners. You learn from others' mistakes and other problems that have been encountered by people in the past, by startup owners or different startup in the past, are being solved. I mean, have been explained how to solve them, how to solve these problems. So I think it's an all-round training ground for would-be startup owners and startups generally. So I just think that's what it is. It offers so much more, like even products, that will help some promotions, some product that will help in the build of one's startup or one's products. So there are lots to get from. It's a total package when it comes to a startup owner or a startup training ground to launch into the markets. So basically,
it is indeed.
That's for me. That's what startup is. Why startup school is.
Awesome, awesome. And whether people have a question or maybe they want to do any partnership with you or maybe an investment, how can they find you?
Okay, so I'm just going to give my email, our email address, and is it okay to also share a mobile number?
I'm here. So you mentioned you're gonna share on the. So you can just say your email and maybe a social network or two, so people can find you. You don't need to disclose your cell phone here.
Okay, great. So it's Foodajo, Foodajo. Then figure one, Foodajo1 at gmail.com. Foodajo1 at gmail.com.
Awesome. And where can they find you? Where can they find you on the social networks? LinkedIn or Instagram?
LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. We are on Instagram and Twitter.
Sounds
Foodajo. 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 Foodajo.
All right, we have Foodajo on the screen so people can see the name. And thank you very much for taking this time to talk with me. I really appreciate. I learned a lot. I hope you took something out of this conversation as well. And I'm looking forward to talking with you again in the near future. All right, Tony. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the platform, the opportunity.
Sounds great.
Bye.